HyperX. Okay, there we go. So apparently not all my settings transferred over. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Swamp Dog Games. As you can see here, this is actually the full channel, Swamp Dog Games. But we are streaming over on the new Swamp Dog Live. So if I go here, oh, that's right, because there's no videos yet, it wouldn't let it connect me. But as you can see here, we have more channels now. So I have not been on YouTube in a while. The reason being just the absurd amount of work. I work about 70 hours a week, and I just have not had the free time. But I have had some streaming that I have done on services such as Twitch, however. I am coming now back to YouTube. The reason why I was doing Twitch for a while was after starting the live streams on the main Swamp Dog Games channel, which you can find at Swamp Dog Games. Come to find out, the YouTube algorithm really dislikes mixing that type of content. So when you have a main channel, which is doing alright, you have then live, which tanks your view count because it's a different audience that you're providing content for. And then you have shorts, which despite YouTube's promotion that short content viewers and regular content viewers don't seem to overlap now that they've had some time to actually observe the damage that YouTube has caused. And come to find out, not all YouTubers like shorts and vice versa. So, all of that was essentially just knocking down the channel in the YouTube algorithm from all of the data that I've been able to see on that front. So, moving forward, I will have a separate channel for shorts, so I will be doing some shorts again. Yes, I know they're dumb. Yes, I know they're mind-bogglingly insane. No NPC shit, but we'll be doing some shorts just because there's some short comedic bits, references from like bad movies that I'd like to do with a sort of D&D flair that I'll put up on the shorts channel so that it won't negatively impact the regular channel viewers. And then this live channel will be live, pardon the pun, and we'll be doing content focused on live streaming. Now, there'll also be a clips channel shortly that I'll do bits and pieces on where it will be like, hey, let me put some dumb content here just for the lulz. And some bits from the live stream will be there as well. That'll sort of be like the channel random thing. But all of these are down at the bottom. If you go to YouTube, at the bottom you can scroll down, you'll find all of them will be in the My Channel section. Like you hear the shorts. After tonight, the live channel will also be down here as well. I believe now that I'll have a video on here that'll actually show up when it allows me to start connecting these pieces together. Because it wouldn't let me connect the shorts channel until I uploaded some shorts that I originally did on the main channel. And now it will let me do them on here, so we'll see. Okay, I gotta respond to that in a minute, but after the live stream. So, I will be coming back here permanently. You can see some bits that I did in the interim session that were on Twitch. Some of those will be coming over to the Clips channel, where I'll be showing up the highlights, because, who wants to sit through 2 hours of me yapping about video games? There'll be a little bit of a mix on the live channel, mostly focusing, going back to the RPG stuff. Some things, maybe RPG gaming. It will definitely all be RPG focused. The question is just whether or not, how much of it is pen, paper versus digital content moving forward. I'll be getting these all set up and nice and streamlined in a bit. this is just the first night. As such, the overlays aren't working right either. In fact, they're all still connected through Stream Elements to the main channel. So if you want to chat, it won't show up on screen. The live chat function should still work. So you should be able to log in, comment, and I'll check just quickly if Crow got the message that I'm actually here. Just a sec. Just verifying that the live is actually recording my voice. And I haven't been... Just verifying that the live... Yep, okay. So got that. So at least I'm not talking into the ether. And he hasn't commented back, so hopefully he'll click on the new channel. But that's, anyway, the update as far as the channel situation goes. Why there's now multiple channels. So because YouTube, despite all of their pro-creator stuff, their algorithm is what you either live or die by. And so if everybody says that the algorithm screws you if you have all of this mixed content, shorts, live, long, curated content all in the same channel, then I'm going to split it all off into their own separate beasts so that we'll be able to grow it all together. It's kind of sad, though, because it just hit, as you can see down here, 500 subscribers. Though we're now at 502, meaning I can actually be part of the YouTube Partner Program now. Yay! So there were some changes on the back end that YouTube did. So, as I understand the earn section, I don't think I can put ads on it, which, thank God. Well, if YouTube is going to stick ads on my video, I'd rather get a cut of it. I'd prefer no ads, period. But I don't think YouTube allows that option anymore. But at the 500 subscriber level, you don't get the ad option. You get the super chats, you get the, what are they called, stickers? Or they gave me a whole laundry list I read a little while back where it was talking about what you got. Essentially, live commentary. Oh, well, yeah, because I got to increase the likelihood of people actually subscribing. So in order to get them to subscribe to the channel, they got to, or if they want to chat, they got to subscribe first. So how's it going, Crow? So, where was I going? So yeah, 500 subscribers. So I have super chats, but now that the live channel is its own thing, so it's not the main channel, I can't actually monetize the live channel because it is now at all of, what, 3 views, I think. Hey, then subscribe so I won't have to have that feature. And the live channel will be at Swamp Dog live streams because some other guy ended up taking Swamp Dog live. So, though that's the channel up here, name officially, this will be the direct link, the at Swamp Dog live streams, as we'll do the at the Swamp Dog live. But anyway, that's the channel situation. I guess from my limited time on YouTube, it's considered tradition that when you hit milestones, you do like AMAs. Is that something you would participate in, Crow, if I did a Ask Me Anything live stream session? Yeah, and all of the live streams will, of course, be permanently stationed over here on the Swamp Dog Live now. Which I know this video is going to go terribly because I don't have any comments, descriptors, or anything. So there's no way to actually find this video on YouTube other than me telling you. Yeah, my only friend, uh, known him since college. So yeah, he doesn't need the AMA, but I don't know. Maybe there'll be something that comes out that I'll host an AMA. Maybe I'll ask for on the main channel if an AMA is something that would be worthwhile to celebrate the 500 subscriber milestone. Who knows? But we'll look into that. In the meantime, though, I do have scheduled an interview with the gentleman who just launched the new Corpse Kings book. I'm blanking out. My apologies. I'm got off of work like just an hour before doing the stream, and this is 9 p.m. EST. So, as you can see, long day. Well, I'm gonna hit that in a minute. I want to talk about the Corpse Kings first. This is something that I got sent. So I've been following the Corpse Kings for a while now on YouTube because they posted some amazing, and I mean amazing art. And you can get this now at DriveThruRPG. It's $15. Now, I have not read any of the rules. Okay, so making that clear. I don't know squat about the rules, how it plays, the quality of the adventure path, the quality of the anything. All I can say is I know the artwork. I did get a free copy of it, and it will be the next review on this channel, the Corpse Kings book. I've only had a chance to see both the publicly posted artwork, which, by the way, they had like a poll, which one is better. Between these two, I'm definitely the guy on the right, with the theme of the book being undead. This one, I think, fits better with that sort of demon vibe of the book with all the undead monsters. This book is by far some of the best artwork I have ever seen. Without having read any of the rules that go with this, I would, in a heartbeat, pay for it just as an art book. Just to have all this art to throw into my adventures. What the hell? I would not necessarily say this comparison is the most accurate. It does look very old school D&D, like you go back to the Gygaxian era of TSR. You do definitely get that vibe of that old school. This is from the press kit. My gold standard for art in gaming is still sadly Games Workshop. I think, well, from a modern perspective, the old TSR by far is some of the best, and you ain't going to be competing against that. But in modern gaming artwork, the top of the line art is probably coming out of Games Workshop. I'm not a particular fan of the company, but their artwork, you can't beat it. This book has some of the best artwork that is as close as you'll ever get to Games Workshop level art coming in the modern era, when this type of style seems to be sort of on the downtrend. Like this very retro, I forgot what they call it, the old process that they had to use to transfer art back in this era. It is gorgeous. As I said, just the art alone, I would pay the $15 for Corpse Kings on DriveThruRPG. I have not been paid. I have received a free copy. I love the artwork. Practically every single page of this supplement all feels like an ArtStation profile picture. Like that level of great artwork that's involved in it. I will flat out say modern D&D ain't got nothing on the artwork in this book. It is gorgeous. Now, some of the style does change a little bit, like you have here, sort of like that old 90s retro. Here, you can see it looking a little bit more modern flair, going back into the retro. But it is gorgeous. Some of the artwork, like when you get to the monsters, it drops a little bit from yeah, here we are. Like, it's not quite ArtStation profile pick, but it's still very good. I would say from my twice through the book, just flipping through the art, about 85% of it, I would say, is like ArtStation profile piece. The rest, there's no bad artwork. It's not like there's a nosedive in quality. It's just around some of the monsters. You can see here, it's a nice looking monster, but the artwork drops from profile pic to sort of more utilitarian. Or how to explain it? I mean, it's great. It's just not what I would necessarily put as my. I can't draw worth shit, by the way. Uh, I'm looking for the words. Like, Crow, you're an artist. Like, this to me is a profile portfolio picture. This is a portfolio picture. This is a portfolio picture. This one, it's like just highlighting just how awesome I am. Well, as the awesome the artist is, I didn't draw any of this. Trust me, I cannot draw a stickman to save my life. But when you get in, sort of like here again, it does feel more utilitarian. Like again, between these two, it's still amazingly good. It's just not the same level as these three. Well, sorry, this one, and these two personally. These are like absolute best of the best. I love the artwork in the book. My only two complaints I found so far is the very odd aspect ratio. Now, I don't know if that's just because the free version I got from the writer that it's to prevent you from like selling it off, or if that's the final product. And then some elements about how the data is presented, it feels like the only like the if you remember playing World of Warcraft, the in-universe like help menus. I don't think I've played WoW since. Yeah, I don't think I've played WoW at all since enlisting. But the in-game like help pieces, how it portrays data in the book, it feels like you're looking at a World of Warcraft explanation sheet. I'm not quite as a fan of that data presentation. As I said, I don't know anything about the rules yet. It feels like an in-game data sheet versus what you would like traditionally, where it's like, hey, here's all the rules in a clear, concise manner. The thing's 280 plus pages. And about 250 of it has artwork on it, I'd say. And it is immensely good. If you are a fan of undead artwork, you will want to pick this up. Even if you don't like any of the rules, just to have access to this gorgeous art is worth it. Now, I don't have a sponsored link in here, but I will hopefully be getting that in a future video when I actually do the review. I don't know why. I just love the undead aesthetic. It's one of my... just like talking about WoW, like I love the Forsaken in that game. The one time doing the WoW RPG, I think I played a Forsaken too. There's just something about that, and this book, that undead artwork. Like I want to be this Lich Lord right now. just oh, so good. Sorry, I love gushing over it. Like Chronos, I can't draw to save my life. He's the artist. Like, in your view, like, what is there like a particular name for this retro style artwork at all? Since you're my resident artist and actually knows how all of this works, since he'd probably know all the different art styles. Oh, you cad, you artistic's fine. This is great artwork, man. I gotta... Hang on, I gotta reply to this. Of course, I decide to work a job where I'm never off the hook. How has your week been, Crow? And then I promised him, I have to bribe my one viewer to actually watch live so I can get some sort of viewership on this platform. I said I would go over this HasLab Giant Man. That's why I texted you with the 2 question marks, because it's like, let me pull up the thing here. The way you sent it's like, yeah, this will be a great thing to talk to your channel about. And I'm like, okay, I'm an RPG gaming channel, but okay, I'll take a look at the HasLab. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we'll see. Oops. See about that. This is the one I need. Okay, so HasLab. I also have not used HasLab since Hero Quest. That is the one and only time I've ever used HasLab. Especially because right at the same time, they also had that. Oh yeah, it was the Mandalorian scandal, where they launched the Mandalorian campaign for the Stormcrow starship from that TV show. Like, for a month running it, they got, what, a couple $1,000,000, and then the immediate next episode after the HasLab portion was complete, they blow it up in the show so it will never be shown again. And everybody was like, you mofos, you collected all this money for an iconic ship that you're going to get rid of and replace the next time. I was like, yep, I am not touching HasLab and Disney merchandise after that stunt. What am I actually looking for, Crow? Oh, excuse me. Oh, that hit suddenly. I don't know the first thing about the Marvel Legends series. What makes Giant Man important? Like, is this coming through or? Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I'm not a toy guy. I don't know the first thing about the valuation of this, how important this is, or even how to judge this. Like, so they need 10,000 backers. Again, I don't know the first thing about the toy market. That is not my expertise. You are definitely have much more insight on that. I don't know the first thing about the articulation, why that's so impressive. I mean, you're $200 for a giant piece of plastic. I mean, someone can make the same complaint about my RPG habit that, oh, you're buying all of these books that you'll never get to play and adventure with. I'm like, I don't know. Again, your cup of tea. I don't know the first thing about this. Actually, though, shoot. Did this come out yet, or... Oh, it's still in pre-order. Okay. I was worried there for a sec. I still have not gotten enough money to actually, like, enjoy a hobby thing. This one, I definitely want to participate in when I can afford it. The HasLab thing, I just don't know the first thing about it. Oops. I mean, if you want it, then go ahead. As I said, I don't know the first thing about it. If it's even realistically possible, I don't know the formulas for HasLab success. I've never run a Kickstarter, just for the record. In my personal summation, having looked at some, I think in the final 24 hours, depending upon the Kickstarter, I think in the ones I've participated in, there seems to be like a 20% push in the last 24 hours bump. So this is at 587, so if we do the math, 871 times 1 point, yeah, I don't think so, but yeah, last 24 hours, 20% gain. I don't know what its current velocity is. That's not my strong suit. But RPGs, that I can help you with. Of which... I do also have Mutant Chronicles that I'll be looking at in the upcoming period. This, the guy was just giving... the guy was practically just giving it away, Mutant Chronicles. I picked up this... Mutant Chronicles... Cybertronic... Mutant Chronicles Ilian, Cyber Chronicles Algiroth, why am I calling it Cyber Chronicles? Mutant Chronicles Mishma, and Mutant Chronicles Capital for $5 at a local thing. So this will be an RPG that I will be reviewing shortly. Relative happened to be at our game store and got me a copy. This is, I think, the second printing of the original D20 Star Wars RPG. This was before they switched to Saga Edition. The reason why I think second printing is I'm pretty sure the book I bought, which I know for a fact is the first printing, is slightly different than this. But I haven't had a chance to look that up again because I work 80 or 70 hours a week. And it's research projects not easy to do. Oops. Hey, up until Disney had the greatest movie franchise of all time, economically speaking. I also have no clue when I bought this. like, this came in, and I saw a package from the Merry Mushman, and I was like, okay, when did I place this order? I honestly have no clue. And I am, like, usually extremely good with money. And for me not to remember a purchase is, may I remind you that the MCU has not been doing so hot either since, recently. So I've got the Star Wars RPGs, Mushman. I have such a backlog of shit that I want to get to, but I've got the Corpse Kings is first on my list, just because got a free copy, so I need to make sure that I actually review that to respect them for letting me have a free copy as they're doing the promotion. As I said, artwork. I also have some other RPG stuff. Oh. Where art thou? One of the problems, I've got the lights turned off too, so that I can make sure that the light is on me well. Oh, it's under shit. I also gotta remaneuver some of the stuff. I need a streaming studio. I need an actual studio space. I need to see about renting one at work. No, prior to, again, Disney doing it, if you look at the money, Star Wars was significantly larger in terms of money-making revenue than MCU was until Disney screwed it. This is the artwork, though, so, yeah. Corpse Kings. Said, great looking, gotta get in that more and figure out who this guy is with the tactical Pokeball. What am I doing now? See, this is why I don't live stream, because it falls apart this quickly after only 30 minutes into the live stream. And I'm already out of RPG material to talk about because I suck at putting these things together. Anyway, I've got a couple other projects that I'm working on. So a future one that live stream that'll be on this channel will be themed around movies I'd like to see made in an RPG, some of the ways that I would implement it and why. I've got one around books that I'd like to see put into movies, books that I'd like to see put into RPG form. I can't really think of any comic books off the top of my head, because like the only comic book I've read habitually would be Deadpool, the old Dark Horse Star Wars series. That's about it. Crap. Talking about the old Dark Horse, that's reminded me of two things. One, an old Star Wars comic series, which then had like some Super Will Super Beans and discussion about an alternate direction that Star Wars was going to try to be taken before it turned into just a mass marketing enterprise. There was also, Crow, do you remember there being a short run comic book series from Mark Hamill called Black Pearl? I'm ignoring you. Not the fan. Remember. This one came about the time... Yeah, the old Dark Empire ones. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, by H.M. Baker and Bruce Patterson. Yeah. This one I would have liked to have seen turned into an RPG, I think, from my vague memory of it. I don't know what triggered this discussion. Oh, yeah. Couldn't think of really a comic book to turn into. Yeah, other than, like, some old miscellaneous ones. So, video games to turn into RPGs as well. It's kind of sad that only World of Warcraft got it when there were some better video games they think should be turned into RPGs. I guess I'll technically include Pillars since it's still a beta form RPG, not a full-fledged RPG. Hopefully, though, with the new Avowed, I'll finally convince them to get there and finish the RPG. Let's see here. What is another live stream? Any suggestions for live stream content? Again, keeping with the theme of this channel, Crow. Why do I have that? Okay. That's not a... Now, admittedly, Metal Gear Solid could theoretically be turned into an RPG. I think a board game is better for it than a tabletop RPG, but Only Up is not a RPG. What, I'm going to have the philosophy of weird climbing up into infinity, the RPG? It's like, what would you even do? At that point, you're essentially just rolling dice. Okay, will I make it to the top? Okay, did I pass the slums? Okay, on a D20, anything above a 1, I pass the slums. Alrighty, do I pass the pipes? Okay, that's a DC 2 check. Good. Do I pass the train? That's a DC 3 check. Do I pass the weird construction zone? That's a DC 4 check. Whatever the hell is next in there. I didn't get past the industrial zone. And then, whoops, failed to check, and you fall all the way back to the beginning. Rinse and repeat. So essentially you just play and roll a d20 until you can roll 20 in a row without failing. Oh, I don't want to calculate the math of that. That would be miserable to the extreme. Trying to pass that roll. So there's no story for Only Up. Oh, excuse me. No. Yeah, Black Pearl. Like, what are some other comic books that we could turn into a movie? I guess that'll be the theme of tonight comic book series. Like, are there any obscure ones that you can think of that would be doable as an RPG? Hmm. We'll do kids' cartoons, the RPG. Bloodstrike. This Marvel again or Image Comics? Is all of was this just Image doing like an offshoot uh, Deadpool, or whoever Deadpool was modeled after? I can't remember anymore. The proportions on this guy are weird, but reminds me of heroine from, I think, Ani from Bungie for some reason. Let's see here. She looks X-Force. Wolverine meets Hindu god, I think. What is this about? Well, I mean, that would be the... explain the art. This isn't the Patches guy, is it? Or, not Patches, Pouches guy, is it? Oh, this is the Pouches guy. Yeah, okay. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, you were telling me about this. Pouches, the RPG. I mean, not a bad riff at all, but... okay. Explain some of these weird proportions. Like... the pouch in peril. Ouch. Now, what was the rough story behind this series? Like, is this something that would translate into an RPG? Huh. I mean, this could be, thinking back to the old Spycraft 2.0. You could run this in a Spycraft adventure, I think. Maybe mix in a little D20 anime and some Spycraft 2.0. Well, Black Pearl. From my recollection of this, like a variation of Blades in the Dark, I think would work. I'm trying to think of some comic books. Like any comic book that I can think of has a movie, kids cartoon, book equivalent already that I would probably put in one of the other categories just because I know the material from that other medium. Like I was thinking Tailspin, but that's a kids cartoon, and that was a D. There's on Archive a D6 supplement that somebody wrote up for the Tailspin. I'm pretty sure Rescue Rangers also had a like fan RPG. And that's a kids cartoon. Video game. So it was a video game adaptation. Okay, it might not have an RPG per se, but again, that would fall more under like the kids cartoon for an RPG booklet to have. What would you put in the kids or not kids section? Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, I'd put One Piece in the kids section. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Uh Again, I never read One Piece the manga. I know One Piece the Netflix series, and that has made me wanting to see a One Piece RPG, but it's probably would be tied more to the manga or the anime rather than the live action. Tabletop. Yeah. I don't want to put manga in there because I feel like that would be cheating. Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, why in the hell do you need 35 gigs of RAM? Okay. Storage, not memory, okay. Yeah. Don't want to put manga in this. Manga, I think, would definitely be an entirely separate category for translation into an RPG. Seventh Sea. Of course, the wiki is going to be one of the best places. What type of dumbass do you think we are? I'm trying to think. Like, you're the more comic book guy. Like, wow, I'm just realizing like how little my comic book experience is. I just never got to really get into comic books in sort of any level. Like, as a kid, occasionally picked up one. Like, I remember a Sonic the Hedgehog story. A couple times getting a Sonic the Hedgehog comic book. I remember. Part of me wants to say, but I feel like this is wrong. It was like a Sonic the Hedgehog Ewoks crossover, but that doesn't sound like a realistic thing to be doing. But it is so crazy. Okay, yeah, the one I'm thinking. Okay, the Sonic one I'm thinking of as a robot. Not sure if it's we bought it. Okay, yeah. Now that I'm thinking of it, I don't think it was a crossover. It was either a two-sided comic book or. Eh. Man, was it? Even Free Comic Book Day, I don't ever get to go to them, and I'm so missed out on previous years. Uh. Shoot. This isn't it. Okay, this is definitely not what the hell I'm looking for. Uh, it was like a black and white zombie comic. I thought called Snafu, but. Like, I thought it was called Snafu because it started off with. I remember it was black and white. The first episode, it was three soldiers. They're in an urban environment. The lieutenant is an idiot. They're looking for, okay, killing the zombies, and they're, you know how they have like the stick figures at the back of every suburban mom's car where it has like all the family members, and they're comparing the dead zombies to that, and they realize, oh my god, the numbers don't match up, and then the zombie comes out of nowhere and kills the lieutenant. Ah, shoot. Wait, TV tropes. This. Where the hell? Okay. No, this had soldiers. I can't get to it anyway. Shoot. It was one I picked up at Free RPG, not Free RPG, Free Comic Book Day, and I looked it up, and it instead took me to a different one. Shit. Ah! I hate it when this happens. It's like so much good indie shit that you'll never hear about because then dumbasses like me that loved it then completely forget what it was and then can't share it for anyone else to enjoy. Yeah, this would be in the video game category. I mean, Assassin's Creed would make a good RPG tabletop, but that's a different story altogether. Yeah, what the hell is it? It's like some of that lost media crap that you go in. I know I saw it. I know it exists. Where is it? Wait, what the hell? This is going to start a very bizarre search. And I'm thinking I'm going to regret this. Town of the Living Dead. I feel like I'm going to regret this, especially if this is an old Sci-Fi Channel movie. These were notoriously crappy. Yeah. I'm going to regret this. I don't even want to look it up on my channel. Hang on. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to regret this. This is Town of the Living Dead. 33 Days Dead preview from Sci-Fi Channel. This is not the comic book I'm looking for. We will see how bad this is. Like, Crow, did you ever watch a Sci-Fi Channel original movie at all? Before I go into the next comment section about converting it to an RPG. Oh, man. Okay. These are notoriously bad. Like, even the schlock I watch, these were just bad. They were horrible. I don't understand like, why Sci-Fi Channel kept on putting these things out, like these Sci-Fi Channel original movies, especially when you cancel good shows like Dark Matter, and then you had shows like Defiance, where the last season was like, what the heck are you even doing? This is terrible. But let's see just how bad this 33 Days Dead, if this is something we would want to convert into a
The movie
RPG.
Jasper, Alabama has been dying to make
Those dudes are zombies?
Can you explain the eating of brains?
is pretty much done. You've been waiting all season.
Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
They've been waiting 6 years.
It won't start! Just once, I would love to have everything go according to plan. I'm just asking for one little break. You alright? No! Please.
I thought that dude was naked for a second. That worked.
There's nobody left! I got better things to do than die tonight.
The worldwide premiere of 3 Days Dead.
Oh, so it's 3 Days Dead. Okay. Well, somehow I feel like that was a very terrible movie, and I would not necessarily want to translate that into an RPG. I know this is getting on off topic, but horror parody. Okay, then never mind. I was about to be like, they made a horror of the Grinch. Okay. Yeah, Power Rangers they turned into a RPG. Trying to think. Oh, some of the zombie parody films aren't that bad, such as Zombeaver was funny just because of how terrible it was. Shoot, what's another good zombie? The almighty worst zombie film ever, however, was when I was active duty. Was it Love Zombie? I think. Oh yeah. This was the most horrid bullshit movie I have ever seen. Zombie film I have ever seen. It's not the worst movie. Oh, Warm Bodies. That's the one. Yep. This one. I remember seeing this stupidity in theaters when you have like zero brains as a young Marine and was like, this was a total waste of time, and I'm confused as all hell why you even bothered with it. Like, I don't think I watched a single good movie. Okay, I take that back. There was the Batman film when I was active duty. But, like, the movies I remember were just, like, horrid. There was this Warm Bodies where it's, like, undead boy meets live girl in this most retarded love story BS I have ever seen. I don't like love stories to begin with. And this was like, oh yeah, all we need is love, and we can save all the zombies. They're only undead because they don't have love in their life. And it was just so bad. It's like semi-intelligent undead. Like whatever commentary they were trying to make was just lost with how bad the film was. This is like a boss of mine, where he's trying to be like, hey, learn these lessons. And instead all I remember is, you told us, don't be unproductive with our time. You take up 4 hours of our damn lives, and then you say, oh, be willing to work late at night, too. And I'm like, had you not stayed here and wasted 4 hours of my life, not only would I be doing unproductive shit right now, I wouldn't have to stay late. And it's like, all I can remember is that from this guy. Oh, yeah. You did not miss anything. I don't know why I watched it. I don't know. Maybe it was just because it was so bad looking that I was like, okay, maybe this will just be different in person. Nope. It was worse than the trailers. It was so god awful. Then there was a Three Musketeers movie with Orlando Bloom. The only thing I remember with was laughing hysterically because it ended up with a cliffhanger, and I was like, there ain't no way in hell they're doing a sequel to this film. It was so bad. I don't think they've done a Three Musketeers film since either. Like, Three Musketeers has been done and done. Now, there's one, I think Lamentations I would do if I was going to do like a Three Musketeers. I don't know if anyone has a good duel mechanic, though. Just because Lamentations is geared more towards epic boss set pieces rather than minion-based combat. Maybe I would go for Lamentations if I was going to do a Three Musketeers. Maybe with that undead angle as an RPG. But yeah, Warm Bodies was terrible. Then there was... Oh, what else came out around this time? Dark Skies, maybe? No, not Dark City. That was actually decent. A Mindbender. Dark Knight Rises. Okay, I think I saw that one. That wasn't bad. There was another one. It was at the same time there was like a Chernobyl horror film. It was some stupidity, like 4 Americans are in Moscow for some reason as energy absorbing aliens come down to Earth that just absorb all the electricity. And then it also ends with like this bizarre notion where the idiots that made it thought, I think they could get a sequel, as they're for some reason these 4 Americans then end on a Soviet era ballistic missile sub to fight against the aliens or some crap, and I'm like, what garbage is this? That was also a bad one. I watched the reason why I don't go watch movies just because they all suck. Like The Room was better than the Musketeers film, at least, because at least The Room was funny. Man, this has gone off topic though. Not hurting for content. No, well, maybe we'll call it quits. This is what I get for working 70 hours a week and then trying to put this together last minute. I can't remember squat about anything that I'd planned. Next time I will have a better lineup for content. Since this one kind of devolved into comic books that I would turn into an RPG discussion. Like, what's a better comic book? Like, the problem is I put in a list of comic books, I'm going to get just a mess of stuff. I don't know any of this. I'm trying to think, maybe there was one from Fable. Ape Entertainment. I wonder if they make it. What do you call them? Not NPCs. NFTs. Fable was a comic book, right? That wasn't related to Fable the video game. Feels like publishers. There was also, I missed out on it. There was a Soldier of Fortune comic book, I think also from Image, that I wanted to read and never got a chance to it. It's just the model of comic books. By the time I find out about it, it's then too late to get my hands on it, and there's not like a really good pathway for old stuff. And what was it? Yeah, there was like, was this Image? Well, the new one. Tidal Wave. That doesn't sound right. Maybe it was Tidal Wave. This would have been the air. I actually have the book about the guy that starts Soldier of Fortune. One of these days I actually got to read it. It was Tidal Wave Comics. It was blue something in the logo, but what other comic book? Was there? Like, help me out, Crow. You're the comic book guy. Like, yeah, like we tried doing our own comic series briefly. I think we had like what, one strip with the Marine Corps tech support thing. Too bad they don't have past versions that I could go through. Okay, Conan, but again, that was already a book. Same thing with Red Sonja. I would not put these two together in this category. Star Trek. Yeah. Mech Cadets. Okay. What was it? Shoot, I just happened to think of it. It entered my mind and then immediately left again. Oh, shoot. Is it Mech? No. Okay, this is based upon RuneScape. Okay. Yeah, but that would still put that in the video game category. What's a comic book? Shoot. I just entered my mind one to check up on. Garbage Pail Kids, oh dear. Buck Roger. Oh, yeah, that was it. Prince Valiant Though that was more of a newspaper comic. That you could turn into an RPG. Prince Valiant, yeah. Prince Valiant the RPG, that's got some recognition. Yeah, I kind of remember seeing them in the paper growing up. I always enjoyed Sunday when you could get the comics. And I haven't seen a paper in eternity. So... But Prince Valiant would be one that could translate into an RPG series. Okay, so that is a comic book that I'm familiar with. There is... So we did Prince Valiant. Who was the other one? Buck Rogers. That started as a comic book series, right? Well, no, I take that back. I can't use that one because TSR did Buck Rogers the RPG already. Sure. What up? Yeah, okay, they already did Buck Rogers, though, so I can't do that while he's typing that out. Nuts. That would have been perfect, too, but they already did it. You watch Saw? I don't know. If I'm remembering the first one correctly, the first one wasn't too bad because it still had moments of, in my view, like intellectual horror. It just, yeah. Saw, I just never really got into as a series. It just, like, devolved into so much bogus torture porn that I was just, like, not a fan of it. I mean, Jigsaw is an iconic villain, and... Of course, my search history, I get the M249 Saw, but... Of course, I would, but... I think Avon Hill has a board game that might have like a off-brand Jigsaw. Yeah, Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, the squad automatic weapon. A pain in the ass to clean, but fun as hell to shoot when it works. The 240 is better, personally, from a just fun factor. Yeah. I don't know. Saw was just not my cup of tea. Like, I liked Hellraiser, 1 and 2. 3 started to go off the rails when the cameraman Cinnabite showed up, for instance. I laughed my ass off. I thought it was just so egregiously stupid, that Cenobite. And then Hellraiser in space was also god-awful. I'm trying to think after that. Then it was Hellraiser, The Boring Escapade. The Hellraiser movie with the guy from the commercials, what's his name? He stars in the insurance commercials where he like does something stupid to make sure that the driver gets into an accident. Oh, that one had promise. Like, what was... So we had Hellraiser, Hellbound. Yeah, this was dumb. This started to go off the rails. This one was just god-awful. This one was boring, I think. I don't remember this one. Did I watch this one? Hellraiser Deader. Because... yeah, because the Hell's Secret, this was the... yeah, this was the boring one. This was... yeah, Dean Winters, the... what do you call him? He's in all those commercials. Not the Malevolence guy. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Mayhem. Yeah, Mayhem. That's it. Where he played Mayhem in the Allstate commercials. Yeah. He was also in John Wick, too. This film, though not great, you could tell where it actually had a coherent, in my opinion, Hellraiser screwy theme. Now this I'd like to see. Then I remember Hell World, which was, again, that video game crap. That had Henry Cavill in it? Oh, dear God, I don't remember this film. Then, Henry Cavill was in this. Oh. Yeah, the 3.2. Yeah, it was just a terrible film. Where it was just the most dumb, retarded tack-on of Hellraiser at the end of it. Well, it's not that he enjoys pain so much. Because they've done a hack job on the story since the original. Because there is also a comic series, and I didn't keep up with that. Because the original idea for Hellraiser is that they are from sort of like a Doom universe, alternate dimension of hell. But there's sort of like a how would I put it? Because it's the idea of the eternal damnation because of you seeking like shortcuts to power type thing. Shoot. Yeah. But it's about having to like outsmart them more so than like just outdoing them. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. This one, Deader. Hang on. Yeah, I checked quick. I never saw Hellraiser Deader. So I missed one. Yeah, because this one was boring. This one just like had just enough that didn't go right for it to be an awesome film, but I thought it had a great thriller component to him. When you discover that he's dead in it. Spoiler for the 2020-year-old movie, by the way, but when you realize that he's dead in it and that Christy sold her soul and threw her husband under the bus for this, this one I thought had a good Hellraiser-based story. That in the vein of what the original two movies, this was like the only legitimate sequel, in my opinion. Then I just haven't given a crap about watching any of the further ones because they were just so terrible. Though I kind of thinking about like Hellraiser in space, I do want to see Jason X just because that looks so dumb, Jason in space. I don't know what it was with horror films during that period where all of them had to go to space in that period. You had... Oh, what was it? Well, at least in the case of Species, as a thriller/horror movie, that creature came from space. So it was at least legitimate than while they're in space, that coming back up. Yeah, yeah, with the afro, yeah. I could bet. But then you had Hellraiser in space, which made no sense. Let's just stick it on a space station for no reason whatsoever. Then you had Jason X. Then Leprechaun was also in space. The only good thing... I don't think I watched it. I think it's in my queue. The only thing I remember about researching it is that Lieutenant Gruber was in the thing. But Leprechaun, they also did a number. A friend with weed is a friend indeed, my friend. Yeah. Leprechaun in the Hood. Like, at least, though, it, like, bought into its crappiness. Though that one would be an interesting RPG. Again, considering Lamentations, that feels like that would be a perfect Lamentations RPG adventure, Leprechaun. Yeah. So apparently I got a Hellraiser movie to watch for this thing. Not Thanksgiving. Yeah, they're right. I watch Hellraiser for Thanksgiving. I've got Hellraiser for Halloween this year that I guess I gotta see. Hey, Crow, you want to join me? We'll do a special Hellraiser for Thanksgiving episode. Oh, that's a terrible idea. The problem is I haven't seen the film yet, so... Well, yeah, I'm not talking about Hellraiser 1. I'm talking about watching Hellraiser Deadlier, since I haven't seen this one. I'm like, that I think would end terribly. Me trying to watch that on Thanksgiving. Like, I'm trying to think, too. This is the reason why, for instance, I like Cube 1, but don't like Cube 2, because it just went dumb. Cube 1 had that intellectual horror component to it, while Hypercube just went off the rails stupid, but... You've given me a terrible idea. That would be... Oh, it's too bad. I just remembered that I don't have the text set up on screen, so nobody can see what I'm actually reacting to. If you go down into the replays, I think I set that up. But Crow has here, do you prefer pleasure or prefer pain or pleasure while carving the turkey when invoking like the Hellraiser thing? And I'm just like, imagine a Hellraiser Thanksgiving. It's just imagine you're opening up the turkey and like the hell hooks come out of nowhere to like... Just thinking of eating all the stuffing now, like till you burst. Stuck off the pin. No, you wouldn't get it stuck on the pins. You'd have the hat on first and then he nailed in so he can't take it off. That's what you would do for Pinhead on Thanksgiving. Oh, man. Pinhead Thanksgiving. The thing is, man, we now have to do this. This is now a skit that we have to do. I want to see Pinhead at Thanksgiving now. I'm trying to think what else we could do. But yeah, I'm just like imagining skinning the turkey. We'll do it like gamer style with the turkey, like that fake reanimated. Just thinking, what is it? We're explorers from another dimension from the original one. Explorers of experience from another dimension, as then they're just like being tortured from eating too much. As like some glutton, then like his stomach explodes from just consuming way too much stuffing. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, I didn't watch either of these. I was not interested in suffering through either of these messes. Then they had that Hellraiser TV show 2, which I didn't watch. See, that one drove me nuts. I know enough of the continuing story that spoilers, by the way, that Christy took on Hellraiser's role in Hell. And so if you're going to have a female Pinhead, just have the continuation of the story where Christy takes over as the custodian of Hell. Why are you coming up with this other insane, stupid shit? Yeah. But yeah, definitely I would do a Pinhead at Thanksgiving episode. Though I feel like to properly do that, it's going to have to like be an essentially horror franchise at Thanksgiving bit. Like Freddy Krueger is going to have to show up, Jason's going to have to show up. Mike Myers is going to have to show up from Halloween. Yeah, I mean, jumping ahead, but from a horror franchise perspective, yeah, any of those old 80s would make a good RPG. Though, yeah. What's that? Because Crow, I gave you Everyday Heroes. That's what I'm thinking of. Because I gave you the Crow module for them. I'm trying to think, did they have... Okay, yeah, the cinematic adventures. These is what I was looking for. Okay. So they've got Rambo. Okay. Oops. I don't want the individual book, darn it. Okay. Like, add it to this series. This. So we've got Total Recall. Also got the TV show. My hands on that I want to watch. Haven't had the chance. Rambo, Universal Soldier, that's a good one. Escape from New York, that's also a good one. The Crow, I gave you that one. Pacific Rim, really? Do we need that? Highlander, now there's a good one. As RPGs go. It's The Rocketeer, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, Crow, but this is The Rocketeer, right? Oh, sorry about that. Let me re-edit this. Okay, there we go. Like, this here is The Rocketeer. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think so. Let me get a good picture of him, but yeah, see that versus this. Yeah, there is that sort of steampunk. He does look kind of Cybermenish, but so too does the Rocketeer look Cybermenish. But to me, this definitely looks like the Rocketeer. But Highlander, there can be only one. Now that I would definitely want to see. I also got my hands on the TV show for Highlander. The one of the worst special effects. You can tell the movie came out in the 90s, that they could get away with so much crap because of how fuzzy TV projection technology was back then, and movies, that they did not hide any of the rope work whatsoever in the original Highlander film, that when you now watch it in HD, you just see the support and safety ropes all over the place. All of the rigging, all of the ropes, keeping them safe. They just... because they got to rely on all that fuzzy noise on TV and movies, that to hide all that stuff, they didn't bother hiding it on the originals. And so the HD version, you just see everybody's rope work attached. It's hilarious. One of those rare instances where I'm like, yeah, CGI after the fact would have been a little helpful. I know I normally don't like editing the movie, but, when you have such a HD copy of the original film, that they didn't hide any of the rope work because it would be on TV with, 220 resolution, that you kind of do need to come in with the AI to, scrub out the wire work, so it's not so painfully obvious that it's there. Escape from New York. This is the one I wanted to try. It's RPG. Universal Soldier. I remember that one. The movie franchise got crazy. It looks like there's 2 primary timelines. I'm not sure which is which. With that. But yeah, going back to the original one, we were talking about Saw as an RPG. What's his name? Terry Crews was in Saw, right? I'm remembering the correct one, right? Wasn't he in Saw, though? Yeah, I think this is the one I saw. What's the next one in the franchise? Like, which one of the Saw movie... Wow, thank you for that. Um, like, which was the one with the woman that wouldn't stop talking, and so they just had it, like, blow up her head or some stupid thing like that? Why does that look like Putin's face? Okay, so Sean Patrick Flannery was in it. Okay, he's a decent actor. I liked him on Young Indiana Jones and Boondock Saints. Sean Patrick Flannery, or Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of this one. So it's weird, the idea of Chris Rock not being a comedic role. Maybe this is what I'm thinking of. For some reason I thought it was Terry Crews, though. You stay out of this. What are some other, like, horror series that would also be good for an adventure? Because I recently had Kavlov Sanctuary, which was a decent horror adventure RPG that I took a look at. Trying to think, though, what angle... What would be another 80s horror film worthwhile visiting? In that space. House. This was a confusing film. I think it was horror, and then it did like dumb things. Invaders from Mars. Saturday the 14th. That sounds more like a comedy than a horror film. uh-huh. Aliens, that's good. Reanimator, that would be a good one. Living Dead, Little Shop of Horrors. Because I feel like that's too funny to be put in the horror category, but... Evil Dead 2, yeah, that one, horror. I mean, technically, I would view... Gremlins, though. Gremlins is a movie. Would you be willing to play, like, a Gremlins-themed RPG session? Because that's a good one. Now, admittedly, I remember 2 better than I do 1, and because of that, 2 is really coloring my opinion that that's not really... yeah. Oh, it's good. Like, I know the first one, they're both technically horror films, but the second one definitely like drops like the horror aspect in my opinion and really goes for the comedy. It is a really good comedy, Gremlins 2. You do have to see 1 first though to get the comedy, some of the jokes, but 2 is definitely the better comedic film. Something with Beetlejuice. I just am not sure that I mean, there's aspects of it that kind of horror, maybe. Again, that to me feels more like the comedy. The Thing, The Shining, these are horror films. Fright Night. This I gotta see. See, Predator, again, is where you start. This is where lines become an issue. This I view more as a thriller. Fog. Japanese, I am not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole because they get weird very quickly. This is in my queue. I haven't seen it yet. From Beyond, I think I watched it. Killer Clowns. Now this here is a comedy, for sure. Like, did you watch, like, this one I would do as an RPG adventure. This would be a great one-shot Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I think this is in the queue too. Night of the Creeps. The Stuff. This is also in my queue. Toxic Avenger, I would not put in the horror category at all. This is a comedy exploitation film. There's some gruesome moments in here, but it's definitely aimed more at exploitation media, being like gruesome just for shock value rather than gruesome because of horror. Like, this is not like Saw horror. This is very comical. Funhouse is in my queue. This one is also another one that I need to see because it was suggested to me because it's got Rory Calhoun. This was like one of his revival films. I got interested in him after watching Hell Comes to Frogtown, which was a pretty good schlock film, also with Roddy Piper in it. Motel Hell. This one I gotta see. Was this the one? Yeah, this is the one I think the crew got arrested when they came back to the States because the scene they did was so well put together that authorities actually believe they killed a woman in response to making this film, and they got arrested for it, I think. Nicolas Cage is a vampire. Oh, dear God. I mean, it can't be any worse than that Renfield commercial, but I still feel like this is going to be bad. Society, this is in my queue. I'm sorry, what? True terror and typical Disney wholesomeness clash uncomfortably in... What? This is interesting just from the perspective of how do you get, like, Disney... What? Okay, that's a bizarre one. I have to look into that. I saw Return of Swamp Thing. That was a comedy. House. Technically, I could see why it's a horror movie, but it was bad. Life Force is on there. Gate. Oh, this isn't the one I'm thinking of. There's another one that's more modern. That was a really good horror movie. Crow. Yeah, we need to get together before Halloween and like watch some horror films. Is your roommate leaving anytime soon that we can get together for like a horror fest day? And I'll try to take off work. That we can try to set up. Just watch some classic horror films. I don't have a full week that I can do. I was thinking like a day sometime, but... Oh dear. I'm not sure I can get it that soon, though, because next week the problem is I'm already tasked out with another thing. Damn it. I gotta figure out a date that works then. But I'll have to get back to you because, unfortunately, I gotta go because I can already tell myself is wanting to pass out. And this got kind of off the rails after the first 30 minutes, so hopefully. The good news is I'll be starting up streaming henceforth, and for future ones, we'll hopefully have better planning for it. But this will be now returning as a weekly thing now that I don't have to worry about it wrecking my YouTube analytics anymore with the streaming channel. So, yay! I will see you all next time, though, and remember business bushayat, as you all have a good week, and stay playing them RPGs, and maybe come up with some horror-based ones that we could have, huh? Alrighty, then. I will see y'all next time. Have fun, and Crow, I'll get to you sometime tomorrow about figuring out when we can hang out again then. See you, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.